Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica Below Zero. This is episode 7. Last time we explored two pieces of the crashed ship, the Mercury II, and found a decent number of blueprints, and then we managed to extend our diving depth quite a bit by upgrading the depth module for the Seatruck. So now we're down here in the crystalline caves, or caverns, where we encountered a Shadow Leviathan, which messed up our Seatruck a little bit, but we're not doing too badly, and we found a bunch of materials we're going to need later in the game. We're here a little prematurely, though. I don't think we really need to be here yet. So we're going to probably try to find our way out of here as soon as we can. But I do want to go a little deeper, too.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
So we're about as deep as we can go with our upgraded Seatruck. Should really be grabbing all this uraninite, but we know if we need more, we can get it down here. Don't really remember how we got here. I don't know exactly where that big hole in the purple vents was.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Alright, let's start following the ceiling here so we can find our way out. But yeah, I was fairly certain this would connect into the biome underneath the Lillypad caverns, but I don't really know what direction that's in, so I can't be sure. And we can't take another one of those. Really wish that we had some kind of speed boost or something to avoid that at least. Also, I don't know how to get off the controls without getting out of the sub. I think you might only be able to do that intentionally
Maximum depth reached.
when you have more than one module. Because otherwise, as soon as I hit E, she gets out. And the only reason that I was, in this sub at the start of the episode without controlling it is because that's what happens if you save while you're in there and then load a save. I would like to see if we can get a strength upgrade for the Seatruck so it doesn't break as easily. Crap, he's got us kind of cornered here. I do hate that they can get a hit on you even if there's no, actual proper angle. You just kind of get vacuumed into the animation so that they don't have to make sure it lines up. I don't think we can get out of this room. I think the only way to go in this room is down. So that might actually be a different Shadow Leviathan than the one we encountered the first time.
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Yeah, we're not doing great. Our sub's getting crushed. We're hungry. We're almost thirsty. We're kind of dying. Things are bad.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Things are less bad now. But, like I said, I think we are here a little prematurely, and we're not super survivable down here yet. Okay, we'll swap out... Oh, I didn't bring my extra power cells. I should have kept one. I deposited them last time. The real question is, how the fuck did we get in here? 'Cause I don't even know where we came from. I think it was this way. I think it is supposed to indicate that we're going fast, or max speed, but these wavy lines on our screen just make me feel like we are damaged. The depth really doesn't seem to be going up at all. I think we got in close to our base, which is that way. Should we kind of be heading in that direction? Okay, this might actually be where we came in. This seems to be going up a little bit. It's a cool place, though. I'm just not really sure. I mean, it's got resources that are obviously... What are those? Resources that are obviously not something we're going to obtain elsewhere. Are those just bladderfish? Oh, I guess that's what they look like in the dark. But we don't need those resources yet because there's not much we can make with kyanite. Not going to stop me from grabbing it, though. Also, fragments are always good. Doesn't matter when we get them. Even if it can be a little pain in the assy, like the oxygen upgrade we got last time, since we can't build it until we get a different oxygen upgrade. But it's still better to have them than not have them, because then we don't have to get them later. That one's done. Don't remember how many uraninite crystals we need for one reactor rod. Also, we must be almost full up. Okay, so this looks like another big chamber. I think this is where the first Shadow Leviathan is. Yeah, he's over there somewhere. And he may have actually come from the way out. Okay, I recognize this. It's also following me. I wonder if I could knife him to death. Also, it's just me, or do we seem to have like a slight tilt to the right? It might just be the cave walls itself, but it feels like we're a little rotated. It's still weird to me that they don't let you roll the subs. Like, it would make actually fitting through small gaps a lot easier, especially with the Seamoth in the first game. Yeah, I'm not sure we can ever do anything about that. I think we just have to take it. I don't know if we have any kind of defenses. What's that? I don't think that's anything. I think it's just a little glowy pod. Okay, we're back into the purple vents. Sub's not doing great. It's pretty smashed up. But now we know what's down in this tunnel system. Let me check if this is actually anything. Okay, just making sure it's not some weird resource node that I don't know about. Another adventure survived. And in this case, survived really just means that our sub didn't explode, because if that exploded, we'd be dumped back at our base and have to make a new one, which would be unfortunate. Not too unfortunate, because we don't have any upgrades on it aside from the module, so we wouldn't be losing too much if it blew up. But it would still be a pain in the ass, and probably something I would stop the episode for until I built a new one. Okay, Chelicerates is not around. Anyway, after that detour, let's see what's down here. Oh, that's actually where we went, isn't it? Is this a different piece? This looks like not the one that we explored last time, or the one that we explored earlier last time, so this must be the last piece. Is that a glacier? Another thing, one of the minor things that were spoiled for me, or that I spoiled for myself, really, as I tried to resist reading through the wiki, is that we can actually pluck this fruit from the frost anemones. So I could have done that much earlier, and it gives you a lot of water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright, it should only take us a moment to explore this. And I did swap out the battery on my laser cutter, so we can actually pop it open too, if we need to. make sure to equip that. That's the door. Battery. Gotta equip my flashlight as well. But what am I gonna replace for the flashlight? The repair tool. If I can find my flashlight, I was like, kind of staring. Okay, another reactor rod. So we can probably start working on nuclear power. We're gonna need more lead, though. I guarantee that. Copper wire. Looks like a pretty small segment. No upgrades in there. Another power cell. And, oh, this probably has the last fragment we need for that processor. Yep. So that'll get us the parallel processing unit, which I assume we're going to need for one of Alan's blueprints. But we don't even have those blueprints yet.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So we don't know what he needs. And I think that's it. Doesn't look like there's any other connections. So I'm wondering if we can find the high-capacity oxygen tank in the kelp caves around our base, or our original pod. Because we haven't really looked there. At least I didn't look around too much. What are you doing? Grinding up against this fucking ship. Marking it as his territory. Does this really grow back that quickly? Sure, I'll eat another one. So, I think we're back in the Lillypad zone now. I'm a little worried that we're going to end up driving off the edge of the map. Because I'm not ready for that. I think the game will warn me if I'm near the edge, though. I see a large shape. That's a chelicerae. Seems like there's a lot of chelicerates, even though they're kind of all supposed to be clustered around this one biome. But yeah, I think we are near the edge of the map. This is like the buffer zone before you hit that. And also where that locked base is, I think. What I was going to say before we saw that chelicerae is I'm pretty sure the PDA will warn me when I'm at the edge of the map. It'll be like, warning, do not go any further. Multiple Leviathan-class life forms detected. I seem to just be driving under a giant iceberg. There's another cave biome that I think is going to be like the endgame one called the Fabricator Caves, and I have no idea what that's under. So, we might eventually stumble into that at some point. See, this would be like a death zone if I didn't have the Seatruck, because there's no oxygen bubbles above. We're really out here in the sticks, though. Not seeing anything. And this does just look like a big drop. So maybe we should turn back. Getting spooky.
Warning. Entering ecological dead zone. The prospect for survival is fast approaching zero.
So yeah, if we hang out here that took a lot less time than I was about to say. That is the Void Chelicerates. Wow, it really just came at me. As you can see, it's not just a bigger version of Chelicerates, but also has a unique skin. Got like glowing yellow eyes and pale white shell. Whereas in the first game, you had the adult Ghost Leviathans, which were literally just scaled up Ghost Leviathans. But yeah, if we drive out into the void, one of those will show up, then another, until we die or return. And it looks like it left me alone the second I passed back over the barrier. So that was scary. I was not expecting that to come shooting out of the darkness at me that quickly. Unless this is all Void too, in which case we were already triggering it. So I'm wondering, what is this big glacier above me then, if that's the Void over there? I kind of want to, like, go to the top of it, but I'm worried that this is the Void right here. It's actually not called the Void, it's called the World's End. Just as in the first game, it was the Crater's Edge. Void was just the original name when it wasn't really anything. So yeah, this is the area that we ended up in when I was just kind of going for an explore. That's where we saw the Pinnacarids. Submarine breaching. This is not really a great place for us to surface, actually. Oh, there's some Pinnacarids. And a whale, stuck in the wall, now he's upside down. Having some trouble.
Mulan and nearby iceberg detected, a hollow chamber typically formed by glacial melt.
Where? That sounds interesting. Am I supposed to know where that is? Doesn't seem obvious. There's a lot of glaciers here, and any one of them could have a Mulan in them. And it doesn't help that visibility is extremely bad at the surface right now. I don't know where we are. I'm so lost. Yeah, we're back in Croctown, which means we're probably close to our base, yeah. It seems worth just picking these up for the water alone. They give you almost as much as the worst water bottle does. You know, I was actually trying to find the lily pads, and then I remembered that there's a beacon over there. Where is this area, though? Whale's having a lot of trouble with the ice. Okay, well, we do have to head back to base because we're pretty much full up on inventory, but then I think we will go down to the marker Alan has given us underneath the Lillypad Islands, because that's something we couldn't do last time with our unupgraded sub-depth. I might end up looking up what biome the high-capacity oxygen tank is, because I don't know where we'd find that. Like, if I had to guess, I would say that would be in an early biome. That's not what you want to see coming right at you. Yeah, go eat a fish. Leave me alone. Oh, it's so close to our base. Thankfully, this doesn't seem to be on its, like, roaming path. Oh no, my legs disappeared. And now they're back.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I think I'm actually carrying too many batteries now. Oh, I was like, what the fuck is outside my window? It's just the sub. Alright, well, more crap to deposit. I can eat that peeper. Drink that fish. Great. I'm full up again, and I'm going to need to build another one of these. So I should really build a storage room, and I think that's going to be a between episodes project, because it's just going to require a lot of titanium and quartz. So I'm going to go out and get that stuff, and then build our first extension, I think. Can make a thermoblade. Since there's no durability on the knife anymore, I guess we don't need a diamond blade. So maybe it's worth making this. And that way we can eat on the go. For this, we need nickel ore, kyanite, and plasteel. So we have kyanite, but we still didn't see any nickel ore, so I think that comes from one of the other caves. There's the swim charge fins, but I think there's also a faster fin we could get. Alright, well, we've completely filled these up, so it's unfortunate. Point number 2 on the itinerary is we'll use up some of this titanium I'm carrying to build some exterior grow beds. Because that was why I built this platform in the first place.
The grow bed lets you grow plants and vegetables, providing flavorful options for evading scurvy.
But not this one, because it's fucking underwater. I think one of the seeds we have is for underwater. I think we can plant these ribbon plants, right? Because we picked them from underwater. Frost vase, I believe that is a surface plant. Was it the antenna fruit? Oops. No, I guess not. That was, it must have been growing in the surface too. I will cook you. I was gonna say, not much point in planting it. I'm just gonna get seeds.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I don't think we can get the seeds out of this, though. I think this one we just have to plant in a interior planter. So that's another thing for next time's itinerary. I don't feel like doing that now. So, what to do now? We can go to the Lillypads and check out Alan's fragment there, or we can go to the one in the mine underneath the island. I think we'll go to the Lillypads just because it's closer. And because we've already kind of blue-balled that one. It does seem a little deeper than we can go, though. But we got pretty close, even with the 300 depth, so I think we can actually get down there. It's just mostly horizontal distance. So yeah, I've been enjoying this LP. It's, you know, there's not really that much pressure. We're just kind of going at our own pace. And that's what I think is enjoyable about doing these kind of LPs. It's just a kind of game where I can go, okay, this is what I feel like doing today, so let's go do that. Also, this game has no official photo mode, but it does have really good console commands for taking photos, which is where pretty much all my thumbnails are going to come from. And that's been the case since the original game. I just wish more games had the degree of control console commands. Because you can actually do stuff like slow time, stop time, separate the camera from your body, which is something that the Bethesda games also have. It's kind of like no clipping, except a little less finicky, I guess? Because no clipping, you just fly through everything, but this is pretty much just like the same as where you could go if you weren't a camera, but, you know, separate from your body. I might actually show that at the end of an episode, after I've saved, because it does disable achievements if you save with cheats on like that. Alright, so we head down into this root system. I think this is lights leading back to the base.
Stay away.
From what? I don't even know who you are.
Marguerit Maida's the name. You're on my turf.
Great. Can I come in and warm up?
What part of go away do you not understand, Alterra?
I'm not with Alterra.
Okay. So this must be Marguerite's base. And yes, Marguerite Maida, if you don't remember. In the first game, she was from one of the other crashed ships on the crater. And last she was seen, she was stabbing a Reaper Leviathan to death with a knife. And apparently, she survived that encounter. Alright, we can see her custom prawn suit. Look, I just want to come in and chat. Ooh, swimming pool. Well, that was an easy grab. No, we can't just copy it. So, is she literally just gonna let me walk in? Hey, I came by to visit. Her base is pretty crusty. She definitely doesn't clean it. Marguerite? We can be friends. I actually just thought that was her at first. She just fucking jumped on me.
I told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Alterra.
I'm not with Alterra. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Alterra, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Alterra's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
So we haven't even seen a Snowstalker yet before this, but they do live up on land where we haven't really ventured. Alright, so there's the Reaper Leviathan skull of the one she stabbed to death. And then rode all the way here. Ooh, I just noticed that, yeah, she does have a whole window. It's a shame we can't, you know, copy some of her decor. I guess we're not allowed in that part of the base. They are pretty cool, though. Also, what did she throw him? It was like one of these discs. There's a snow fox fragment. Oh, it's a piece of the snow fox. So that's 1 out of 3. That is our land vehicle, which we'll need if we go back on land. Oh, this was the thing he was chewing on, which is one of the architect keys from the first game. I don't think we need those in this one, though. Test override module fragment. So remember that this was the thing that we
Now I
encountered?
just need to build the test override module. Then I can disable that satellite tower.
That was the thing that, yeah, the satellite tower needs to shut off. So we want to disable communication from it, not enable it, which is what I initially assumed. Alright. So, not much else we can do in here. I'm guessing we can probably explore the rest of the base once we come back with the news that we'd shut off the device, but this is not even what we were looking for down here. Nice to know she's here, though. I don't think this base was fully in the game last time I played either. I think it was just a model that you could clip right through, and it didn't have any of the detail inside. But I never actually checked it out, so I don't know. I just remember that audio log was pretty similar. Okay, where's this body fragment? It's below us. I wonder if Marguerite is also going to help us get off the planet at some point. Because, you know, we did come here to find out what happened to our sister, and now we've been kind of scooped into helping out an alien get his body back, but we are still going to have to leave at some point. Our lander exploded on impact. Okay, this leads back into the crystalline caves, but it doesn't seem to be the same one, because we're not even close. Also, does this not go down more? This doesn't seem to be getting us closer, though. Back to the surface we go. Also, did I get turned around? I feel like we've ended up somewhere else. And this is not the way back to Marguerite's base. I was kind of wondering where we'd find that fragment, though, since it wasn't, like, anywhere near the tower. So I was like, okay, we're just going to find that later on. Also, there's a spy gun here. Oh, I guess we only need one of those to build it. Some radios.
Technology acquired.
Still suit. Well, I mean, that's an okay upgrade. It'll give us a constant supply of water. I wonder why that's just kind of sitting down here. Shit she, like, threw out from her base. I've already got this blueprint. I don't need it. What you got in there, Marguerite? It's like spying on her personal rooms through the window. I mean, she chose to build these windows, you know? Oh yeah, it looks like the biggest module we can't even get into.
Seek fluid intake.
So that was neat. But it's not what we're looking for, so let's go back up. I actually thought these were fragments, but take some more rubies. Power's also getting low, so I think we picked up a power cell. Yeah, pop that in there. What would be really nice is if we could build a storage upgrade for our sub so that we could actually start, you know, storing stuff instead of having to come back every time my inventory's full. Now, is this the right tunnel? Because it seems misleading if it's not down here.
Provide useful information.
Oh.
Processing.
Okay. Here's some more artifacts. Aesthetically, they do look kind of mismatched with the look of the game. They're a little, I don't know, maybe it's just the glass that looks a little too basic. Cool down here. These sea monkeys kind of got it going on. They don't seem to have any nests down here, though. They're just hanging out. Maybe this is where the, you know, the unbred teenagers come to hang out. Yeah, man, this is my cool space. This is where we just vibe.
How do humans cope with the loss of memories?
Like forgetting someone's birthday? I don't know, it just happens.
When you die, some quantity of knowledge is lost forever to the next generation. Isn't that?
I'm warning you, if you call humanity inefficient one more time, I will swim us both into the mouth of a Leviathan.
Is that sarcasm? I am still having trouble differentiating.
How inefficient?
Efficiency aside, does the loss of knowledge not create complications?
Well, on a personal level, losing someone can be traumatic. But it's harder to process the idea of generational knowledge. Humans aren't networked, so we can't even be aware of what we're losing moment by moment. We try to learn from history. Maybe it's not ideal, but it's what we have.
What happens when you no longer have the memories of others to combine with your own?
You make your own memories and interpretations. You have to experience life as an autonomous being. Discover yourself.
That idea is foreign to me.
Also, a little hard for him to be an autonomous being when he has to live in our brain. I mean, maybe he's more comfortable that way, you know? He's not ready to be disconnected from a network, so having at least one mind connected to his is better than none, even if it's an alien one. Alright, so this just leads back into Marguerite's cave, which means I don't know how to get to that marker we have. It's probably down in the crystals, in which case we can't reach it yet. So how the hell did I get out of here? So I guess we'll go for artifact Q59 in the mine, because we haven't touched that biome yet. God damn it. It's weird, because in some ways I feel like there's still so much more to do that we haven't really progressed that much. But in others, like, the plot goals are pretty basic. It's just find out how to make these things, find out what happened to your sister, and do whatever Marguerite wants. But that might be connected to finding out what happened to your sister. It's okay, I don't need your lithium. Marine Life Analyzer. This container might have been used to create small microbiomes for aquatic flora and fauna. Design indicates the following likely usage patterns: trap and ensnare small fauna, gather data on how various organisms responded to treatments and different environmental influences. Use multiple containers to run multiple experiments in parallel. Kyanite is a blue silicate mineral which forms under high temperature, high pressure conditions. Resistant to heat up to 1100 degrees Celsius and is thermoelectric, making it a valuable component of thermal power plants. Resources behind loose rock, thanks. Metal scraps can be reclaimed for their titanium content in a fabricator, so this is all pretty basic stuff. It's these scans that I've been avoiding getting into for some reason. Brine wing. A medium-sized predator known to spit supercooled salt water to freeze its prey from afar. A large bladder on the brine wing's underside fills with seawater as it swims. Some water is filtered out through an internal membrane, leaving behind a strong saline solution. Two flat, transparent, extendable fins act as radiators, releasing heat and cooling the bladder's contents. The brine wing can then contract its bladder, expelling the supercooled brine and freezing the seawater up to several meters away from it. While warm-blooded lifeforms may suffer minor injuries on contact with the brine,
fluid intake.
It is not cold enough to freeze most vertebrates. The real danger is being helplessly encased in a block of ice, sinking ever closer towards the brine wing's jaws. And again, there's really nothing I can do about this water problem. But just like last time, you know, we're already in a respawn point, so it's not gonna matter if we die. I didn't make any beacons. That was what I was supposed to make last time we were at the base. I forget every time. So what I should do, also between episodes while I'm base fabricating, is build a nuclear reactor and a water filtration device so that we can start getting water pumped in. and actually have enough power to do it. Because as long as the nuclear reactor isn't our main power source, it doesn't really matter if we run out of rods for it. It just means that it won't be doing anything for us, but it won't be doing anything negative either. We just have to keep the solar panels as our backup. Alright, so I think I'm going to head over to the mine. Actually, no, we've been going for a while. I want to keep this episode a bit shorter because the last ones have been like an hour each. So let's head back to base, and that way, between episodes, I can do some building, and then next time, we'll be able to head to the mines, which will be a whole adventure of their own. And maybe I'll look up where that upgraded tank is, because I would say that I should just find it through exploring, but like we've explored a little bit of every biome that we've come across and haven't seen it, so I don't know where to look, and it would be nice to have a general hint, because we still have to find it even if we know what biome it's in. So, until next time, thank you for joining me for some more Subnautica Below Zero, and I hope you look forward to some further underwater adventures as we try to find out what happened to Sam. And maybe help out this Marguerite character. But, until next time, you folks all take care.